Here we are, at the capital city Vellweb. The Seven Towers. Is Diaz waiting for us somewhere in there? That is the Tower of the Seven Dragoons. The throne of the Holy Emperor is underneath there. We are standing at the legendary place where humans began their liberation. I wonder if it is an abominable place as well.
You think too much. It's the same as Cadessa, isn't it? When you drag the past around, you cannot walk anywhere.
It is true, Meru, the forbidden land that was the royal capital of the Winglies. And this Velweb is a mere historic ruin. Yes. We can do nothing but settle for the present. I don't even think there's a boss fight here. I think we just go there and there's a scene. And then we go to Disc 4. I think that Polter Armor was our last boss of this disc. And normally in RPGs, Disc 4 just is like the ending, but we still have a while to go on Disc 4. Whoops. It's because the FMVs of this game look like absolute shit. Like, compare this to Kudelka, my favorite game of all time. Where it's only 6 hours long, but there's tons of FMVs, and I mean, of course they're compressed, they're on a CD, but they're not as compressed as in this game. The textures look like garbage. In case you don't know, Kudelka is 6 hours long. I mean, it's exactly like this game in that the cutscenes are FMVs and there's pre-rendered backgrounds, but they're not as compressed as in this game, and that's why this 6-hour game, my favorite game of all time, is on 4 discs. This game is what, 30 to 40 hours long? What are we on, 25 hours right now?
Yes! Go! 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 Moon strike!
Man, the FMVs in this game look like such garbage that I can't even tell what I'm looking at sometimes. Brother, there are no customers here. I'm not doubting your word, though. Don't worry. Believe me, there are always customers, even in this kind of place. Okay, I believe you, brother. This is the part where the DM realizes that he accidentally, like, put a few dungeons without, the opportunity for people to stop for supplies. And so he just, like, makes up a comedic scene where there's two brothers trying to sell stuff in the middle of nowhere. You're right, brother. There are really customers. It's all due to the skills in my passionate merchant's soul. You have to learn from this. I sell weapons, and I sell items. We are peddlers. It must be fated that we would meet here. Why don't you take this chance to buy something? Let me thank you in advance. That's probably his ultimate, so I guess I'll buy it. Raises physical attack and defense power. We have a few, battles at the very end, like story battles that we have to use with each different character, like at the very end. We still have a lot of this game left. It's weird thinking that we're this close to the 4th disc. Man, what if I accidentally sold that? That would suck. And we still have a lot of the game left, but I guess that's good. Repeat. I don't ever need to escape. I won't ever need to do that. Segundo and Cuarto have a business somewhere else. If you find them, please buy something from them. Please say hello to Segundo and Cuarto for me.
Dart, look at that huge battery.
Battery?
Humans shot huge arrows from there, aiming at the Tower of Flanville. And back then, humans thought this way, that the arrow would not only shear the darkness that covers the earth, but also shear their corrupted hearts which were accustomed to being ruled.
Why are you suddenly starting to say this?
I don't know. I still cannot tell. But if we meet the guy who claims he is Diaz, I think we can find out the reason. I'm speaking nonsense again. Let's keep going. A hero from history is waiting for us.
Huh? Why did it... Why was that like a cutscene? Why did I lose control of my character as he walked down the steps?
Die. Demons dance.
Whoops.
Yes. Go. Tap. Go. Go. Moon strike.
That monster was sexy. I keep saying this game doesn't need a remake, it just needs a remaster. I don't think the game would like... It's not that I don't think this game is good. I love it, but I don't think that... It's hard to describe.
I have been waiting for you.
You are Shirley?
Why? Why are you here? You ascended to heaven, I thought. Before that, I had something I had to take care of in here, Vellweb. I couldn't leave the trapped souls alone in this world. Are you talking about... Yes, the 4 souls of the dragoons who lost their lives during the dragon campaign. Their souls were drawn to Mayfill, the gate of the inferno from which you can never return. Is requesting the souls of the dragoons. The Death City Mayfill? I thought it was destroyed. I don't know how, but it is true that the gate of the inferno is open. Rose, I made their souls inert and anchored them in this place. But there is a limit to my power. After you meet Diaz, please visit this place again and lead their souls to heaven. The souls of the dragoons are wandering somewhere in the towers. But we have to take care of something else now. Let's go find Diaz.
This way is where we'll fight that optional boss I mentioned later on. But there's also some Stardust here, so we might as well get it. Well, I mean, there are 4 optional bosses, as Shirley just said. I don't know if there's anything. For me, life is... death is... That is one of the dragoons who lived during the dragon campaign.
Shirley said that she's making them inert. That's why it doesn't recognize us. There's no reason to be here now.
Alright. And that's the last Stardust on disc 3.
Yes! Go! Tap! Go! Go! Moon strike!
Die. Demon stance.
What?
Die. Demon stance.
Yes! Go! Tap! Go! Go! Moon strike!
Rhodes is telling me that there's nothing here and that we should move on, so I want to go in every room. For no reason. The empty one... This one is either Rose's or Shirley's. Or Zeeg's. I'm not spoiling anything, right? We already knew about that. Yeah, so there's 3 empty ones, 4 ones that... I mean, I guess they're technically all empty. But there's 3 that have the dragoons in them. That's fucking hot. She's got like a jester hat and wings, and she's a succubus. That's like really hot. Never mind, this game actually does need a remake. I want to see that in modern graphics. Ah, a little too late.
I don't like to be alone. Where is everybody? Let's move on. There's no reason for being here now.
Let's not move on. I want to see all those scenes. Oh, you can faintly see. That's how you know. Like the thing at the bottom right there, it's like faintly the color. So this one would be Zeeg's, right? Yeah, and it's at the top too. This one would be Zeeg's. And this will be, that'll be useful to us when we have to fight the bosses. Because once we enter the room, we have to fight them. And I want to fight them in a certain order. That's Zeeg's. This would have to be, Belzax.
Children, we will protect your future.
Rose, let's move on.
What?
Rose, let's move on. There is no reason to be here now.
And that one would be Kansas's. Ah!
Anybody? Just satisfy me.
Let's move on. There's no reason to be here now.
I'm getting the feeling that there's no reason to be here now.
Yes. Go.
Die.
Impossible!
Die.
Yes. Go. 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 Moon strike.
Die. Demon stance.
That served no point. Doesn't matter though.
After you meet Diaz, please visit this place again and lead their souls to heaven.
I know. Oh, she just healed me again.
Die.
Ugh! I totally pressed it in time. I did.
Yes. Go. 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 Moon strike.
Die. Demon's dance. Die. Demon's dance.
Yes. Go.
Ah!
Die. Demon's dance.
Yes. Go.
This is exactly what I mean when I say that the maps aren't particularly big, but they keep you occupied for a long time. It's rather smart, because it means less work in a lot of respects. Less work for the Wait a minute! Wait a minute, I could have just come here. I guess it doesn't matter. I didn't realize it was this early that we get it. Avoids instant death. Rose's hairband. She's vaguely gothic. She uses dark magic. Her name is Rose. She's got a hairband. I don't want to say it.
Yes. Go. 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 Moon strike.
She wears dark lipstick. Here we go. I hope you are ready for twist, twist, twist.
Shauna! Diaz, here are all 3 divine moon objects. There are no more obstacles to hinder our utopia. Release the girl. Fine. Diaz, what are you going to do with the divine moon objects? Didn't you hear it from Lloyd? My only desire is the advent of the last species.
If you are the true Diaz, you should know what that implies.
Total destruction. What do you... Lloyd, well done bringing me the moon gem, moon dagger, and moon mirror. Now we can let the Viraged embryo, the god of destruction, the last species we desire, the true Virage, arise. I will create the utopia you wanted after the Virage embryo purges the world.
Everything so far was an overture to that. Lloyd, he showed you a false utopia from the beginning.
You deceived me. My utopia exists in the future of this world. What I desire is the creation of the future, not the destruction of this world. I don't need you anymore. Diaz, what are you thinking? I don't need to hide anymore.
It's been a while. Rose, Dart. Father?
must be. That's my favorite line read.
Is that really you, Dad?
You died with Melbu Frama on each other's swords.
Rose. Rose, what are you talking about? Now I can tell you everything. The beginning of the world was an absolute nothingness, darkness. The creator Soa sowed a seed to the earth. This is the plan of Soa that created all species, the birth of the divine tree. Eventually, the fruit of the divine tree ripened and fell to the ground to fill the world with life. Gigantos from the 97th fruit. Minotos from the 99th fruit that you are just
Figuring out exist right now.
dragons from the 105th fruit. Humans from the 106th fruit. Winglies with magic power from the 107th fruit. And, at the end, the Virage embryo, the god of destruction, was to be born from the 108th fruit. Soa desired the destruction and regeneration of the world by the Virage embryo, the god of destruction. However, 11,000 years ago, Winglies found out the tragedy waiting for them and sealed the 108th fruit by separating the flesh and soul. The flesh of the god, the flesh of the Virage embryo was taken away from the Winglies as the moon that never sets that glows in the sky. And the soul of the god was captured in the crystal sphere, and Melbu Frama kept it, yes, to withdraw unlimited magic power from that and to conquer the other creatures. However, even with unlimited magic power, the domination was not eternal. Humans arose with dragoons in front. Nothing was their match, because they obtained the power of the dragon, and finally, they drove Melbu Frama into a corner. I felt certain of my victory, and it was in the next moment the spell of petrification cast by Melbu captured me. I have waited for 11,000 years. Time, almost eternal, dissolved the spell of Melbu, and I was released from captivity. Days spent with Rose became the eternal past. And I lived as the father of Dart in this age, until the tragic day in Meat.
I cannot believe it.
I am here. That is a fact. Then both Dad and Rose are the heroes of the Dragon campaign? Yes, but that's not all. Humans made a mistake. Silly humans destroyed the crystal sphere, which was the container of the soul, along with the royal capital, Cadessa. The Virage embryo, the god of destruction, was exultant. It could now be born. The free soul released from the crystal sphere started to wander in order to go back to the body left to the moon that never sets, to be born as the last god. And to destroy the world. The soul without a body possesses a human body and heads for the moon that never sets by repeating the transmigration every 108 years. You now know the soul of the god of destruction is the Moonchild, the truth of the Moonchild in the legend. Count 108 years, and when the moon that never sets glares in red, the Moonchild descends to the earth and shall give a holy blessing to the world. The holy blessing is the destruction in Soa's will. This is the fate that rules the future of the world. But there was one dragoon who found out about it. In order to deter the birth of the god of destruction, she has had to kill the moon children by stopping her own time. She was even called a demon. That is the true self of Rose, the Black Monster! Rose is the Black Monster? Tell me, it's not true.
The Moonchild has to be killed, and the people around it too, before they become the servants of the god of destruction.
Need to?
For 11,000 years, there have been no exceptions.
God! Why you? Why do you have to be the Black Monster? That's it. What are you going to do?
Why did you release her and then take her back?
Let me tell you one more truth.
Yes, there are 4 twists in this scene. Why do they have to be? Why does there have to be 4 twists in one scene?
Rose, you thought the Princess Lovia you killed 18 years ago was the Moonchild. But it is not true. Lovia had a twin sister!
No!
Shauna is the Moonchild! Shauna is the soul of the Mirage Embryo, the god of destruction. I'll dissolve the signet of the moon that never sets and cross it with the Moonchild. Now, I have everything in my hands. Release Shauna! And are you going to kill her to save the world?
I'll kill her.
This is the limitation of humans.
Zeeg, why?
All is the will of the creator Soa. My hands start the world, and my hands end the world. Yes, fate desires it. Dad, wait! Shauna!